Alrighty. Shali, we are good to go, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Deepak.
Yeah, great. Okay, wonderful. Bhuvan, without wasting time, first of all, I would like to congratulate you. I hear from the team that you got a offer right now in one of the companies after you did a course with us in cybersecurity. I was also briefly going through your resume. It was very interesting for me. You come from a very different background. We'll get into that as well. So I wanted to understand how the transition of all these things happen. So once again, I welcome you to the call. So yes, Bhuvan, I see that you have done your civil engineering, then you
Yes,
then
yes.
moved on to doing something else, then cybersecurity. Just want to quickly understand your background. How did you end up in SkillLogic? Yeah, go ahead, please, Bhuvan.
Yeah, as you said, I had a degree on civil engineering. So that after that I done 3 months of course like CCNA trained certification, and
Mm-hmm.
then I get into the corporate life in Inspira, and I work for 1 year of 1 year over there.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I was working in Mumbai. So
Mm-hmm.
some location problem, or I was facing something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought to relocate to Bangalore.
Okay.
So I left the previous job.
Okay.
So at that time, when I was searching for a job, I thought like, why couldn't I improve my skill by learning new skills? Not but at the time, not wasting the time. And
Mm-hmm.
then I thought to join SkillLogics,
Mm-hmm.
which helped me in a very effective way
Mm-hmm.
to get into the another job. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
the culture of SkillLogics is very good, and they assist us in every steps, like how to crack the interview, and then they give very good these things guidelines to crack the interviews in effective way.
Sure. I understand interview comes at the last side of things. So just want to understand how was your learning experience? Are you from an online batch, offline batch? What
Uh,
was your batch?
offline batch.
All right. So how was your learning experience? What happened during the classes? If you can share some.
During the classes, the mentor who was teaching us were very patient.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we ask every doubts, they will clear us in a very professional way.
Mm-hmm.
So that I like that. And then the materials which were provided by the um, trainer was very understanding and very this
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Right.
Yeah, it was a great experience with you guys, like
Right.
SkillLogics.
So
Yes.
at any point of time when you're learning, right? I'm talking about the learning phase. Let's come to the project phase little later. So in
Okay.
learning phase, at any point of time, did you feel it was rushed, or did you feel that you had enough time to catch up with the concepts? What was your take on that? So basically,
No,
how
no,
much?
nothing like a rush. I told you previously when we was learning. So
Mm-hmm.
if you have any doubts, or if you have any clarification, they would mm, they will slowly they will make us to understand, giving us the practices on hands-on practices on some
Okay.
tools. So
Okay.
that is very effective to understand the
Mhm.
concepts.
Right. So when once you moved from the learning phase to the project phase, how was your experience? What kind of projects did you do? What all happened there?
I worked on I worked on ethical hacking, like pen testing, and using uh, ethical hacking tools like Nmap, and then like that. Yeah, they make us to work on the tools in a real time. So that is.
Mm-hmm. So, how well, in the in sense, how important do you think, like importance given, like there's learning phase and internship phase, when you actually do what do you say the projects? What is your take on how important that is that you get this hands-on experience? How much it benefited you, and obviously it will help, but how much is the benefit that you see when you're connecting what you learned and when you're doing a project? What's the benefit that you saw, Bhuvan? What was your experience in that aspect?
It is very connective. Like if we sit and read theory for whole day,
Mm,
so it will not be effective than that. We are getting hands-on experience on
mm,
tools.
mm,
So the very important thing is hands-on experience is very important to understand
mm,
the concepts
mm.
very clearly.
Right.
So this is a takeaway.
Right. And also, typically, you don't come from a technical background, a STEM background, right? You do not have
Yes,
coding experience. I mean,
yes, yes,
in your college times, right?
yes, yes, yes.
Was that ever an hindrance when you did cybersecurity? Did you feel there is an hindrance, or what was your feel when that happened? Right. Initially, that fear will be there. Is it for me? Is it not for me? Kind of a thing.
Initially, it was like a fear, like I can do or not. I can
Mm.
learn these things. So because these things are very new to me
Yeah.
at the starting time.
Yeah.
So after joining this skill logics, they made it easy, very easy to understand like concepts in explaining in simple words.
Mm.
Yeah, that is the reality.
So
Yes,
right. So also when you when once you finish the project stage and then moved on to the interview stage, right?
yes, yes.
There's also a question regarding the same thing in Q&A as well. I would have gotten it later, but anyway, it was there. So how many interviews did you attend before you ended up with this offer once you joined Logic? And how was your learning
Like
experience? Yeah.
I attended like 3 to 4 interviews before
Mm-hmm.
this interview.
Mm-hmm.
So at every step they will call us and they will assist us like this type of things you should get ready. Like they give some guidelines to
Mm-hmm.
attend, and that will be very motivated for us to attend
Mm-hmm.
the interview and crack the interview in a
Mm-hmm.
very good way.
Right.
Yes.
One is the guidelines that SkillLogic team gave you, the placement assistant gave you. One is that aspect. How was your interview experience? Like, what happened when you went to the interview? How was the nature of the interview?
Yeah, nature was the interviews was very good, and interviews was very smooth. They asked the questions basics of the cybersecurity and what we learned in skill logics.
Mhm.
And then yeah, it was very smooth and nothing harder like that because I learned the concepts in a very good in a way, effective way in skill logics.
Right. So you also told that this was your third or the fourth interview. You mentioned
Yes,
some number there,
yes,
right?
yes, yes,
That means you did not reject sorry, you did not get selected in a couple of the
yes,
initial
yes,
interviews.
yes.
When you got rejected, what was your learning experience like? I'm sure you will not feel good. Anybody rejects, it's not a good feeling. I get it, but I'm sure there'll be learning in that, right? So what was your learning in that? How did that make you prepare better for the next coming interview? Like, how was that? What was your take on that?
Like I was focusing on like for what questions I was not able to answer. So
Yeah.
I used to make the note of that questions
Hmm.
and getting ready and getting the concepts clear for
Hmm.
myself. So I
Right.
was doing that,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Deepak.
Wonderful. Right. So there are a couple of questions in the Q&A section. So we'll quickly jump into that. Somebody asked me how many interviews. I think you already answered that question. Another person wants to know, like, how did you prepare your resume? Did you get any support from the PAT team, SkillLogic PAT team? So what happened there?
Yeah, I got like help from you guys, like SkillLogics, how to prepare the resume in a professional way and impressive way to the HRs, which
Mm,
who gives the resume. So
right.
I got that
You got the support that
guidance.
you
Yes,
required to
yes,
do
yes,
this, right?
yes, yes.
Neha also wants to know that how many projects did you work on during your internship at SkillLogic? So she wanted to know how many projects did you work on?
Like I worked on one or two projects, I think.
One
Yes.
or two projects. I understand. Gets confusing. Neha, the reason why he's confused, I can answer on his behalf, and he can correct me if I'm wrong. So I'm sure, apart from working on skill logic projects, he would have done other projects for learning. That's what we recommend also, right? There are
Yes,
projects
yes,
is given by us. There are techniques that we want you to explore, and the team when you get stuck there, the team helps you there also. It's not like only you're doing our
yes.
projects, you're doing it. You're doing other projects also. You're doing it. After a point of time, it starts getting blurred for a candidate as to what project they did it here and what project they did outside, because then it becomes more on a, what do you say, what they learned from that. So the short answer to that would be, Neha, that he would have worked on two projects with us, and I'm sure he would have done more things for him to be on top of these things. Did I say
Yes,
anything
yes.
incorrect about Bhuvan? Is
No, no, no. You are
okay,
check.
All right, Vijay has a question. All right, Vijay has a question. He says, as you got interview experience, so could you please tell any important topics that you want them to cover, like any important, according to you, right? That keeps
Okay,
changing.
like when I come to the cybersecurity,
Yeah.
like OSA model.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
OSA model and protocols of OSA model, DNS, DHCP,
Mm-hmm.
HCP, and SMTP, and then HTTP, HTTPS like protocols. So how they work in the cybersecurity or in a network,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can go through like what are the types of attacks and what is pen testing, and then what are the tools used to uh, pen testing like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So Vijay, I think that answers your question, right? If you have a follow-up question, please put it in the Q&A section. So I do not see any. So what's your, if somebody wants thinking about coming into cybersecurity, maybe from a technical background, non from technical background, what's your suggestion or tips to them? What you would like to tell them about? Somebody will be sitting on fence, right? Should I do it? Should not
Yes,
I do
yes.
it? Kind of thing. What is your suggestion?
My suggestions to the beginners or freshers for the cybersecurity. So I think when you think I should come to the cybersecurity, at that time only you are the success. You succeeded in your life. So because nowadays the cybersecurity is booming, so everywhere, so every organization need the security.
Mhm.
So I think you will succeed in your life, and you may have good improvements in your life if you
Right.
choose
That, and of
cybersecurity.
course, that comes follows with a lot of efforts. You will
Yes,
have to put in
yes,
the necessary
yes,
efforts, learn what has been taught. The concepts are very interesting because it's
yes,
real
yes,
world. The
yes.
problems are real. Even small businesses face. You don't have to be a multinational company to get attacked. Even
Yes,
small
yes.
businesses get attacked. So it's very interesting. And like Bhuvan was mentioning, as everything is going online, yeah, like even thieves are moving online, right? So there will be that what do you say aspect of it. So yeah, I think that's all right. Somebody wants to ask, can you tell me about the pace of teaching and more about classroom experience? So
Yeah.
I think you mentioned that. Probably can quickly maybe join late or
Yes.
something. Yeah.
Okay.
So they wanted to know how was your learning experience in terms of pace and how was the classroom environment. That's what they want to know. If you can. That.
Yeah, classroom was very organized. Like we have separate cabins to learn. So
Mhm.
it was very good ambience in our office. Yeah, I previously mentioned like mentors were very patient, and they will explain the concepts in very clear. So if we ask 10 times also, they are ready to explain the concepts. No worries about that.
Right. So somebody wanted to know so basically I'm seeing any other question. No, I think we are done with the question. Right. So any final words for the participants? We have many people on LinkedIn, YouTube, here on Zoom. Anything that you want to say from your experience that you feel you need
Yeah,
to share? Yeah. Mhm.
yeah. One suggestion I can give that if you are looking for any to learn things and
Mhm.
to upskill your skills,
Mhm.
so you can choose skill logics because yeah, I previously mentioned the advantages if you join the skill logics.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, that is a suggestion I can give to them.
Thank you, Bhuvan. Thanks a lot for your time. Your career is starting now in a new domain right now. From the team, from the mentors, from everybody who has been part of your journey, we wish you all the best. We would like to be
Thank
connected
you.
for after this also.
Yeah,
That doesn't mean that you got a job, it's over. No, we want to be connected. We want to know where your career goes from here. We wish you all the best from the complete Skillogic team. And good luck with whatever comes next. Keep learning, keep the hunger
yeah,
going. It's
yeah.
a wide world you are getting into. There'll be a lot of learning which will be coming your way. I hope that you'll be able to catch up and succeed very well. So wishing you
Yeah.
very best from our side. Yeah.
Thank you, Deepak. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All
Thank
the
you.
best.
Thank you for your
Thanks.
words, and thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks. Same here. Thanks so much.